Hi there, my magical star beings. This is Psychic Siren Tarot, and welcome to the channel. In today's reading, we're going to be taking a look at what people think when you walk into the room. So please be aware that this is a general reading. Only take what resonates, leave the rest. We have 3 piles to choose from. For pile number 1, you have the rose quartz crystal. For pile number 2, you have Tiger's Eye. And for pile number 3, you have Lapis Lazuli. So I'm going to give you a few seconds to pick a pile, pick whichever one you are most drawn to. So once you're done picking a pile, please find the timestamps for your pile in the description box below, and then I'll see you at your reading. Hi there, my pile number ones. If you chose this rose quartz crystal, then this is your reading. We're going to be taking a look at what people think when you walk into the room. So please be aware that this is a general reading. Only take what resonates, leave the rest. If you do find yourself resonating with these messages, then please go ahead and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. So the card you have is the Record Breaker. I'm going to go ahead and shuffle the rest of your oracle cards. Then after that, we'll take a look at your tarot cards. So let's go ahead and do that. Spirit guides of pile number 1. Spirit guides of pile number 1. What do people think about pile number 1 when they walk into the room? So you have the Blue Jean Queen as well. You have the Badass. You have the Fitness Fan. And you also have the Schoolgirl. Okay, so I do think that people often think that you're this badass type of person. They think that you could be like a very chatty, talkative person, like somebody that almost like breaks the ice in social settings where you make people feel more comfortable, where you just make them feel like they can chat and have fun and mingle with people because of your whole vibe and aura. So you give off the vibe and aura of like somebody that's very chatty, somebody that's always has something to say, has very interesting conversations with people, things like that. People also look at you as if you're very strong, powerful, badass. Like you give off this vibe of beauty, yet also intimidation. Like, don't mess with me. Regardless of gender, when I say beauty, take it as it resonates, but there's something about you giving off a vibe of like, don't mess with me because you don't want to see that side of me. You know what I mean? And I see that people think that. Like, I wouldn't want to mess with pile number 1 because they just seem strong. They just seem like they know their boundaries, like they know their worth. Something about like when you walk into the room, it's not just that don't F with me vibe you give off, but you seem like you really respect yourself, so then other people do respect you as well. There's also something about you seeming like you're very into fitness and, bettering your health. Maybe some of you seem to be that type of person that is very active, that loves sports, things like that. Or, you're very active. You're always going for runs, hikes, things like that. And that's kind of what I'm picking up. Whether that is true or not, this is just what people think of you when you walk into the room. So keep that in mind. They could be making an assumption about you if it's not true based on like the clothes you're wearing, the way you look, things like that. Or maybe you just seem like an active person, an energetic person. Also, with the schoolgirl, there's something about you looking younger than your age, or people wondering like when you graduated from school. People also look at you as if you are somebody that is very smart or you got very good grades in school. You have this youthful, playful energy about you that makes you almost seem younger than your age. Um, so say for example, let's say you're in your 50s and you look not a day over 40, there's something about that coming through for somebody here. With a blue jean queen, you're also somebody that has a great fashion style. People are often thinking about the clothes you're wearing and admiring it. That's what I definitely see as well. People think you're strong and independent and you don't need to rely on anybody to get things done within your own life. People think that you seem secure within yourself, like you don't necessarily seem like you're looking for outside validation. That's what I feel from your energy or just from people's thoughts. You also seem very grounded, and you also seem like a very loving, open, honest type of person, if that makes sense. Like, people feel like, although there's this intimidation about you of like, I don't want to mess with you, but it's not like I'm intimidated from talking to you, because you give off this vibe of like a warm, loving aura that people just feel comfortable speaking to you. People feel like you're approachable. And oftentimes they do want to speak to you and get to know you better. So I see them thinking that. So now I'm going to go ahead and pull your tarot cards. One thing I'll also say about you, there's something about you standing out in a room, standing out in a crowd. There's something about you maybe showing up as the best something or doing things like in a very big way where you stand out compared to others. So I see people thinking that. I see people thinking that you're out of their league in terms of romance. I see people thinking that like they don't know if you'd want to be around them, because there's something about people putting you on a pedestal and almost treating you differently. Okay, we have justice in reverse. What do people think about pile number 1 when they walk into the room? The Fool. The Ace of Cups. People think that you have a very good eye to detail where, let's say somebody had to lie to you, you wouldn't believe it. Like, you give off the type of vibe of like, I wouldn't believe a lie, or I'd see right through a lie, even if it's a stranger. There's something about that coming through. So the Fool, the Ace of Cups, the World, and the Five of Wands. I feel this pile is very intuitive just from the energy, because I feel my third eye expanding. Maybe that's why. People also think you're a good judge of character. People think that you see right through them, or you just get them instantly, and they've never felt like seen or heard or understood the way you made them feel understood. Even strangers think that of you, which is very interesting to say. Some strangers have even thought like, you understand me better than people that have known me 5 years, you know? So I feel like it's because you're so intuitive, you just see people on a deeper soul level. I will be honest, there are some thoughts of jealousy, envy, things like that with the Five of Wands. People almost like being threatened by you, because like I said, it's like people put you on a pedestal. Sometimes they look at you like, you know, you're the best at this or you're the best at this, and sometimes it feels like you bring up people's wounds of inadequacy or feelings of inadequacy within themselves. So I do see thoughts of jealousy and envy here. But I don't see them wanting to take it out on you. Like I said, there is this intimidation factor around you of like, don't mess with me. I can be a sweetheart, but don't mess with me, because then you'll get another side of me. That's what I see with the Ace of Cups opposite the badass. It's like, although I'm feeling this or thinking this, I would never actually take action on it, on that feeling, if you get what I mean. I see that even people that try to dislike you out of a place of envy, they even find it hard to not like you, if that makes sense. Because there's something about you are just so likable. I can see why people put you on a pedestal. I can see why people look up to you. There's just this feeling of like, you're hard not to like. because I see some people feeling jealous and envious of you, and then you just say something to them and it makes them smile, and then they want to be around you, and then it's like they're thinking to themselves, why am I feeling this way when I'm trying to dislike them or trying to not be around them or whatever. So that's what I see. People think that you have sunshine energy, that you're a very positive impact to people. People also think that you seem to be somebody that attracts very big opportunities your way. You seem to be somebody that has stability of your own and independence of your own. Like I said before, you seem to be somebody that takes risks. I also see a lot of people like wanting to just come up to you and interact with you, even if it takes a lot of courage, because I see some people being afraid of coming up to a stranger and speaking to them, but with you it's like, I just want to do it, F it, let's talk to this person. So I see that people think that you're a free-spirited person, or you, at least you seem very free in some way, and you make other people feel free as well. There's something about like when you walk into the room, the whole energy of the room shifts. So I don't know what that's about, but I'm hearing that. People might not think that consciously, but they sense it subconsciously. They sense your powerful presence subconsciously when you walk into the room, regardless of if you say a word or not, if you make yourself seen or not, they just feel it. People also think you seem to be a person with a big heart, a person that, just like wants to have good intentions towards everybody. But people also think you've maybe let go of a lot of toxic relationships in your life, that you're no longer tolerating BS anymore. People also think you're a loyal person. And there's something about them thinking you're also intelligent and like you've also achieved something for yourself, or, gone towards certain goals or milestones within your life that you're very proud of yourself for. So this is all I have for you, pile number one. I really hope this reading resonated with you. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Hi there, my Polymatus. If you chose this Tiger's Eye crystal, then this is your reading. We're going to be taking a look at what people think when you walk into the room. So please be aware that this is a general reading. Only take what resonates, leave the rest. If you do find yourself resonating with these messages, then please go ahead and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. So your card is the Professional. I'm going to go ahead and shuffle the rest of your oracle cards, and then after that we'll take a look at your tarot cards. So let's go and do that. So I'm hearing you make this strong impression on people when you first meet them, especially like when you walk into a room full of strangers. You do make some kind of strong impression with the way you look, but also like how you're speaking and interacting with people. I also see for the men here in this reading, I don't know why this is coming through, but I'm seeing it as a vision. I'm seeing a man shake another man's hand at like some kind of dinner party or something, and your handshake's very firm, and then the other man like almost, I don't know what word to use, maybe respects you. I don't know. I guess that's a man thing. I wouldn't know what that's about, but I'm seeing that visually. So you have the halftime superstar. You have the living legend. Oh, I understand what this is about. We have the perfume queen. And we have the seeker. At the back of the deck, you have the boho babe in reverse. So with a Professional here, it could be that some of you dress up in a way that is like more formal, if that makes sense. Like maybe some of you like to dress up really well. You could be that type of spiritual person that is very mystical, yet also maybe you don't dress like a spiritual person, because I'm seeing something like that. Or like something about like I dress very opposite to my personality. Like I'm seeing somebody wear something that maybe looks a little bit more intimidating, like a leather jacket or something, but they're the kindest, sweetest person in the world. or I'm seeing somebody dress like in a casual, formal way, and then people think that person's very classy, and yes, they are. But then when they meet them, they see how fun that person can be as well. That they're not just that classy person. There's something about you confusing people in their minds because the aesthetic of your look is very different to your personality, or based on the aesthetic of your look, they won't expect certain things to come up within your personality. Um, Especially like strangers. So that's what I'm seeing. I don't think that will resonate with everybody, but I am seeing that. When some of you walk around in work clothes, people notice that and they think you look very professional. So with the living legend, there's something about you not only making a strong impression on people, but people still speak about you after you leave the room because there's something about you being so much fun to be around. Like when I pulled this living legend card, I literally saw the Hangover movie where they were all recollecting their memories of what happened the night before in Vegas. And that was like a whole party type of vibe. So I don't know if people just see you as like the life of the party, or like somebody that's very fun to be around, where they'll still speak about you after, because there's something about you seeming like an interesting person. There's something about you seeming like the type of person that still makes people talk about that event or that party or that gathering that happened that was so fun, that they're still speaking about it after. That's kind of what I'm getting from the living legend. With the perfume queen, you also smell really good. So people love your scent. They wonder if you're wearing perfumes, if you're wearing cologne, like what type of perfume or cologne you are wearing, if you are, because maybe they want to buy it themselves. I see something like that. So they're wondering about that. With a seeker next to the perfume queen, it's like, I almost want to ask you for fashion advice, or I almost want to ask you, what perfume are you wearing? Where did you get your top? Where did you get your dress? Where did you get your shoes? Where did you get your outfit? Like it's almost like I want to ask you for information because you look so good that I want to go and get it myself. And that's what I'm intuitively getting with the seeker. But also with the seeker, I do think that sometimes when people see you, they look for something in you, or they look for something from you. So with this pile, I'd say be careful of users or takers, or people that just want something from you. But then some people also just seek some kind of validation from you as well. So, I see situations where people talk to you and they seek your validation in some way, and it's not necessarily that obvious in some way, but it's like, for example, let's say somebody comes up to you and they genuinely give you a good compliment. The compliment is genuine, but then they're also seeking some kind of validation back from you. Also seeking a compliment back from you. Like that's the example I'm seeing in my mind's eye of like two people talking and then the person complimenting them and then almost batting their eyelids waiting for a compliment back. So yeah, there is that type of energy from some people. There's this feeling of you being liked by many, or, many people wanting to talk to you. You could have come across as like a social butterfly or somebody that's very popular in some way. And even if you don't think of yourself as that, I feel like when you walk into a room, your presence just kind of gives off that vibe where it's like maybe people think that like everybody wants to talk to you, or a lot of people here in this room are friends with you and all of them want to come up to you and talk to you at the same time. There's that kind of feeling here of somebody that's the life of the party or very popular, or somebody that knows many people. Like I'm seeing somebody go into a club and they know almost everybody there. Like you give off that vibe of like somebody that would go into a club and know everybody there and know the bouncer, know the manager, be friends with them. Like there's something about that coming through. I feel like you're a very outgoing person, or at least that's how people are seeing you in terms of what they think of you when you walk into the room. where you seem like very outgoing and like a social butterfly. So that's what I'm getting from the cards and the energy felt here. So now I'm going to take a look at your tarot cards. Okay, so Spirit Guides of pile number 2, Spirit Guides of pile number 2. There's also something about like, I want to ask you for advice because you seem to be doing well in your career with the Seeker. So you have the Five of Wands, Judgment. You have the Three of Swords reversed. You have the Devil, and you have the Page of Pentacles reversed. So I won't lie, there is some jealousy and envy here. There is also a lot of thoughts of people being sexually attracted to you. I will say that you are protected from jealousy, envy, and evil eye. Your ancestors are always around you. Your spirit guides and angels are always around you when you're out in public, protecting you from the negative energies from others, actually shielding you from the negative energies of others. And my phone just got a notification, so I'm going to take that as confirmation. You could also have like mystical beings around you, like more like fairies, dragons, that kind of mystical energy. People could think you're very mystical and spiritual in some way, just based off like a vibe they're getting from you. There's something about, I don't know you that well, but I want to get to know you better. There's also something about a lot of sexual attraction here. So I see a lot of people turning heads for you and like thinking, whoa, this person is so sexy, so attractive. If I go up to them and talk to them, will they reject me? Will it wound my ego, my heart? Will this person break my heart because they're so sexy? There's that type of feeling. Even if this doesn't seem believable, there's just something about that coming through where I feel like a lot of you in this pile will listen to this and not believe it, because the way I'm feeling your energy is like you'd never see yourself that way, or you'd never intentionally do that to a person. But when you look at like another attractive person, sometimes we as humans have these thoughts like, oh, is this person a heartbreaker? Because they're just so attractive that you wonder, when somebody's just so attractive, you automatically think they're a player, whether they're a girl or a guy. There's just something about that. Like sometimes people think you're a player or you're a heartbreaker because you're so sexy and so attractive with the devil next to this. Some people are jealous because of the physical attention you get from others, but also your beauty or handsomeness, depending on how it resonates. But some people are jealous because of how well you seem to be doing in your career. And I don't know how people would know this, but maybe they're just assuming this or they know this about you. So that is what I do see. There's also this feeling of like, you're so open when I chat to you. Like you're so much of a social butterfly, but I still can't seem to figure you out. You give off the vibe of intense seduction, attraction, and mystery. Like when you walk into the room, where sometimes people don't even know what to think, they're just drawn to you. In a way, maybe some of you have Scorpio risings or a lot of 8th house or Scorpio energy, because I am seeing Scorpio rising. But there could also be a lot of water sign energy here or earth sign energy here too. Specifically Capricorn and specifically Pisces and Cancer. Well, I did mention Scorpio, so never mind. Just water signs and earth signs, specifically Capricorn. So that is what I have for you. As I'm ending off, I'm actually smelling a very nice smell. So another confirmation of you smelling good and people thinking that. So yeah, that's all I have for you. I do hope this reading resonated with you. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Hi there, my pile number 3s. If you chose this Lapis Lazuli crystal, then this is your reading. We're going to be taking a look at what people think when you walk into the room. So please be aware that this is a general reading. Only take what resonates, leave the rest. If you do find yourself resonating with these messages, then please go ahead and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. So you have the Trailblazer card. I'm going to go ahead and add the rest of your oracle cards. Then after that, we'll take a look at your tarot cards. Spirit guides of pile number 3. Spirit guides of pile number 3. What people think when they walk into the room. So you have the lucky star. You have the rebel. You have the bubblegum Brit. I'm seeing a phone ring clairvoyantly. Maybe people think you're on your phone a lot, or, you know, people constantly want to call you or message you. I don't know what that's about. So the bubblegum bird, the flight attendant, and we have the goddess at the back of the deck. So people could literally look at you like a goddess, or, you know, there's some kind of divinity about you regardless of gender here. Even if you're a man watching, it's like, you know, when you see someone so attractive, they almost look like a goddess, or like some kind of god from mythology, like, you know, those Greek gods or something like that. That's kind of what's coming through here. With the Trailblazer as well, I feel like I'm looking at the outfit here, and I feel like you have this very unique way of dressing that is very, like, much your personality. Like, you love dressing up, and there's something about people looking at your fashion style and thinking they're very impressed by the way you dress. I see people almost wanting to copy you or take inspiration from your looks, which is very interesting because now I'm seeing something that I saw before. So I'm going to explain what I see visually. So I'm seeing, you know how J-Lo always has those specific types of dresses that are almost like see-through but not quite when she's on the red carpet. She's worn a lot of dresses like that. And I'm seeing somebody else in a dress like that now because they were inspired by her. I don't know if somebody else actually wore dresses like that other than J-Lo, but I'm seeing that clairvoyantly. Like, I almost like want to copy you, mimic you, or take inspiration from you because I love your fashion style. So I see people thinking that. I see people think you have a beautiful smile. I see people think that you seem very lucky. Like, you seem like you would just attract opportunities your way, or like you're just lucky when it comes to love. You seem very charismatic. You also seem like very flirtatious. Maybe some of you seem like the type of person that would travel a lot with a flight attendant, or maybe some of you are actually flight attendants. I don't think that will resonate with everybody. Or, you know, maybe you sometimes host parties or events or situations like that, or get-togethers, and you're always like serving food or drinks, and the food and drinks is always delicious because here we see Britney Spears as a waitress, and here we see her as a flight attendant, and here she's serving champagne, here she's serving milkshakes. So it's making me think of like food and drinks and stuff like that. Or if you ever go to places and you bring your own, you know, people could really like the food you bring or the drinks you bring. You know, something about that's coming through. There's also something about you seeming like a very unique, free-spirited type of person. Like, you go to the beat of your own drum. You're not here to please anybody. You're here to be yourself. You know, you're not here to be liked by people. You're here to be yourself. And people like that vibe about you that they're getting from you. You also seem to be somebody that's very rebellious. Like, you go outside of the lines. You color outside of the lines. You think outside of the box. You just seem to live life the way you want to. You go against the status quo. And again, like, you're just very unique and vibrant within your personality. People love your uniqueness. I will say some people don't understand it, but they like it. Most people like it. So that's what I'm seeing. I also see people looking at you in sexual ways, because as I look at this flight attendant card, I keep being drawn to her cleavage, and I don't know why. And I'm looking at her lingerie here. So I feel like people sometimes think sexual thoughts of you or fantasize about you when you walk into the room. It's like they sort of undress you with their eyes. They wonder if you're single, if you're married, if you're taken, because how can a person as beautiful, as handsome as you, like, be single, you know? And then they're thinking of like pursuing you in some type of way, but that's also what I see here. You also seem to make a positive change or influence into people's lives. You seem to bring newness wherever you go. You're like a breath of fresh air, and I see people thinking that of you. You're beautiful and you're smart. Something about that's coming through, or handsome and smart. And you just like impress people with your style. That's what I'm also seeing. You know, you could also be very photogenic. I don't know if you're ever taking photos with people or in front of people. That's also coming through. So I'm going to now pull your tarot cards. Let's see what comes out there. Something about having nice legs or smooth legs. Okay, spirit guides of pile number 1. Spirit guides of pile number 1. I feel like people mostly focus on your look with this pile when you first walk into the room. So spirit guides of pile number 1, spirit guides of pile number 1, what people think when pile number 1 walks into the room. So you have the Ace of Pentacles reversed. You have the Six of Wands. You have the Queen of Cups reversed. I'm hearing the word mirroring. So you seem to match and mirror people's energies very well. People like that you match their energy. So let's say if somebody comes up to you and they hug you, it's like you hug them back. Let's say somebody comes up to you and they're just like in a normal mood, you sort of match that vibe. Let's say somebody comes up to you, they're excited, they're all happy, you match that vibe. There's something about that. It's like you don't just leave me hanging, if that makes sense. You don't make people feel like they're almost too eager to come up to you and talk to you, because sometimes I feel like they are, and then you match their energy back and it feels like what I'm giving is being reciprocated, and it feels good. And that's how I'm picking up on it energetically. It just feels like it warms my heart, because maybe I felt insecure about like how you would perceive me if you feel like I'm coming on too strong, you know, whether this is like somebody wanting to be friends with you or in a relationship with you or liking you in a sexual way, whatever it is. There's something about like I felt like I couldn't miss this opportunity to go up to you, because there's just something about you that's eye-catching and I want to talk to you. And the fact that you're matching my energy makes me feel warm inside, because it doesn't just feel like it doesn't feel one-sided, if that makes sense. And I feel like a lot of people feel like that with you because you match their energy. It doesn't feel one-sided. Because I know for myself, I've definitely like greeted people with like a hi and a big smile on my face, and I don't expect anything back. But when they say hi back with a smile back, I know it does feel good compared to when somebody just like looks at you and doesn't say hi back and has a straight face. You know what I mean? So I'm also feeling that from them. Like I feel an insecurity there, and I feel like I feel special and warm now that you're matching and reciprocating what I'm giving. So that's what I see. I also see that a lot of people think that you're quite detached in a way. A lot of you may be air signs or have some kind of Aquarius energy, because I do feel like that Aquarius detached vibe. I also see that you're in control of your own life. Like you don't just let things happen in your life. You're in control of it. You know, you're in the driver's seat of your life. When people get to know you, they possibly see that you have a love language of acts of service, where you love to give to people you love, or do things for the people you love, if that makes sense. People also think that you seem to be somebody that carries yourself like you already have success, whether that is true or not, or like whether you carry yourself like you have luck of some kind, like you have something about you that you're confident in or you're secure within. So that's what people think. People are also sometimes indecisive about you. So I see this more so being people that have already had connections to you, or people that want to pursue you but haven't pursued you yet, where they're a little bit shy, where they're indecisive about whether they should interact with you or not. So that's what I also see. For some of you, there's also like a natural beauty here. That's what I'm hearing. Yeah, this is what people think when you walk into the room. So this is all I'm getting for you. I do hope this reading resonated. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.